Okay, so forget your fitness tracker for a minute. Forget the latest wellness app you downloaded. Today, we're diving into something on a completely different scale. It's a proposal for something called Imongo.xyz. And look, this isn't just about your personal health goals. It's a massive blueprint for a biological operating system, one designed to re-engineer how we manage human well-being for an entire civilization.
It all kicks off with this really fundamental question. Why does it always feel like modern medicine is playing catch-up, you know? It's like a firefighter who only shows up after the house is already engulfed in flames. Our entire healthcare system is built to react to disease, not to proactively manage the biological state that could prevent that fire from ever starting in the first place. And that reactive stance? That's the core problem Imongo is trying to solve.
And this whole reactive approach, it points directly to medicine's biggest blind spot. It's not that we don't have powerful cures or amazing treatments. We do. The fundamental failure, the real issue here, is one of timing. We have this incredible arsenal of medical tools, but we're so often deploying them in the dark, without a real-time, dynamic understanding of the body's incredibly complex and always changing state.
This slide just lays it out so perfectly, right? On the left, you've got episodic repair. That's the old way. You get sick, you go get a fix, it's a one-off, totally reactive. But on the right, that's where we're headed. Continuous coordination. This is all about proactively managing your biological state over the long haul with the understanding that real, durable health, well, it emerges from timely, coordinated actions, not just from isolated repairs after the fact.
Okay, so how do we make that leap? How do we get from reactive repairs to this idea of continuous coordination? Well, the answer, according to this proposal, is to create a biological OS. The whole idea is to take that absolute chaos of signals our bodies are constantly producing, that cacophony, and translate it into a coherent, understandable system. Basically, an operating system for your own biology.
And here we get to the absolute heart of it, biological legibility. Imongo isn't selling you immortality in a bottle. It's not a magic cure. It's selling clarity. The goal is to make your body's complex internal signals understandable, or, well, legible. Because when you can clearly read what your body is trying to tell you, you can finally act at the right moment, which dramatically reduces the risk of things going sideways.
So, how does an ambitious biological OS like this actually function in the real world? Well, it's structured around 4 distinct but interconnected services. The system calls them realms. You can think of it like an ecosystem where each part has a very specific job, but they all work together in perfect sync.
These are the 4 realms we're going to walk through. We're going to start with the most personal, the one for everyday people, and then we're going to move all the way up to a highly specialized civil defense mechanism. It's quite a journey. So, Realm 1 is personalized host optimization. This is the part of the system that most of us would actually use day to day. And what's really crucial here is that this is not about diagnosing diseases. It's about creating a living, dynamic model of your unique biological state. So, for example, it might detect a low-level infection you don't even know you have and then advise you to pause taking iron supplements because, hey, pathogens can feed on that iron. It's that kind of context-aware, perfectly timed advice.
Next up is geroscience sequencing, which is really designed for clinicians. Now, geroscience is the actual study of aging itself. So instead of that chaotic biohacker approach of just trying dozens of different supplements and hoping something works, this realm provides a disciplined, scientific framework for longevity: cleanup, repair, and then rebuild. It's about coordinating professional care that's based on continuous data, not just a checkup once a year.
Okay, Realm 3 is where things get really futuristic. It's Organoid Bioinformatics as a Service, or OBOS. Organoids are, well, they're essentially miniature, simplified versions of your own organs, grown in a lab from your own cells. This lets you run incredibly accurate simulations of your personal biology. I mean, just imagine testing a powerful new drug on a tiny version of your liver before that drug ever enters your body. For developing new therapies, this is just a massive leap forward in safety and precision.
And finally, we have the most specialized and honestly the most thought-provoking realm of them all, the MBOQ Black Box. This isn't for your personal health optimization. This is a civil defense tool. Its whole purpose is to preserve the biological data and, this is the key part, the unfinished reasoning, the unique thought processes and knowledge of individuals who are absolutely vital to society, like a key scientist or a critical national leader. It's basically a continuity plan for our most important human capital.
So you have these 4 incredibly powerful realms, but what's actually running under the hood? Well, it's this carefully calibrated engine that pairs intelligent, autonomous AI with absolutely essential human expertise.
Powering this entire system is something called agentic AI. Now, this is a huge step beyond your typical AI assistant. Instead of just sitting there and responding to your commands, an agentic AI is proactive. It anticipates needs and it takes action. You can see on the table it's doing things like analyzing risks before you even see a doctor, automatically blocking interventions that might be harmful in your current state, and managing all the complex lab logistics. It's a true digital coordinator, just working behind the scenes to make everything smoother and safer.
But, and this is a huge but, an AI, no matter how intelligent it is, cannot operate alone. That's why the entire system is built on a foundation of human oversight, a system they call the Triad Network.
And right here, this is the critical safeguard. As the slide says, no AI suggestion can move forward without getting a green light from a human team, a pharmacist, a doctor, and a lab scientist, and it requires a 2 out of 3 majority vote to proceed. This multidisciplinary oversight makes sure that every single decision is double and triple checked for safety and effectiveness. It's how you achieve what the source brilliantly calls precision without recklessness.
So when we zoom all the way back out and see how all these pieces fit together, the AI, the human experts, the 4 realms, it becomes really clear that this is so much more than just a health app. The vision behind Imongo is to create an entirely new layer of public health infrastructure, a foundational system for building a more biologically resilient civilization.
You know, what's really telling is how the system defines itself by what it refuses to do. In an era of nonstop hype, this is its moat of integrity. No miracle cures. No trying to sell you a stack of supplements. The AI never gets the final say over a human clinician. And your data is not a product to be sold off to the highest bidder. This principled stand is exactly what you need to build a truly high-trust system.
Which, of course, leaves us with one pretty big question. Is this the blueprint for our future? A future where our health isn't defined by fighting off diseases after they appear, but by cultivating resilience, both as individuals and as a civilization, all based on this simple yet incredibly powerful idea of making our own biology finally truly legible. It's a lot to think about.